old age is not just gray hair or slow steps. The scariest thing is when your body slowly betrays you. One morning, you wake up and suddenly notice your hands trembling, your legs unsteady, your memory scattered, and the stabbing pains in your chest make you anxious. That feeling of losing control, no longer being able to command your own body, is the nightmare almost everyone fears facing. But there is an even deeper fear. It is when the doctor suddenly announces, inside you, cancer cells have been quietly growing. Not much pain, no obvious signs, just one day it suddenly flares up, swallowing what little joy of life remains. Cancer is like an invisible enemy, choosing the exact moment when your body is weakest to strike. The saddest part is, it doesn't just take away your health, but also robs you of freedom, faith, and the dream of fully living the last years of your life. Everyone longs for a peaceful old age, but this disease lurks silently, leaving many trapped in worry, sleepless nights, and sometimes despair. But what if there were another path? What if, with simple choices in your daily meals, you could prevent, even slow down, the march of this terrible disease? There are foods so ordinary you'd never think they hold the power to help your body fight, protect every cell, and give you back control over your health. In today's video, I will take you through a list of 10 foods scientifically proven to inhibit, even destroy, cancer cells. Some are things you've eaten every day without realizing they were silent shields. And especially, the final food on this list contains a secret that can double your body's natural defense. Something most people have never heard of. Stay until the end, because just one small change in today's meal could bring you peaceful and healthy years tomorrow. In the treasure of traditional medicine, turmeric has long been considered the gold of the earth. In many rural areas, whenever someone was injured, had stomach pain, or arthritis, people immediately thought of turmeric. But it was only in the past few decades that modern science truly uncovered its incredible power. The most valuable compound in turmeric is curcumin, a golden yellow substance, tiny but with powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant abilities. You can imagine cancer as a thief building supply routes to feed its army, while curcumin is like a silent warrior blocking those routes. By preventing new blood vessels from forming around tumors, curcumin leaves cancer cells starved, unable to spread or grow. Not only that, curcumin also acts like an invisible shield that protects healthy cells from the attack of free radicals, unstable molecules that can cause DNA mutations, the very beginning of cancer. This explains why people who regularly use turmeric in their meals often have a lower risk of developing cancer. Interestingly, turmeric doesn't just contain curcumin. It also has groups of flavonoids and phenolic compounds, all working together to build a protective wall for cells, reducing damage and supporting the immune system. Natural curcumin is absorbed very poorly by the body. If you only eat plain turmeric, you'll miss out on most of its benefits. The secret lies in a small pinch of black pepper. Piperine in pepper can increase curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. That means just one simple sprinkle of pepper is the golden key for turmeric to unleash its full anti-cancer power. You can add 1 to 3 teaspoons of turmeric powder daily into your meals. Mix it with warm milk to create soothing golden milk before bedtime. Blend it with olive oil and black pepper for salad dressing. Or simply add a little into soups, stir-fries, even lightly sprinkle over plain rice. These small changes, accumulated daily, can make a big difference for long-term health. And turmeric is just the beginning, because next, we'll meet a tiny seed known as the pearl of the Andes, a food that can nourish the body comprehensively and is especially helpful in protecting cells from cancer attacks. There was a time when people called quinoa the pearl of the Andes because thousands of years ago, Inca warriors used these small seeds to regain strength after long marches. Today, modern science has proven why. Quinoa is one of the few plants that contains all 9 essential amino acids, the very ones the body cannot produce on its own, but are crucial for repairing cells, regenerating tissue, and strengthening the immune system. This means that while many other grains only fill your stomach, quinoa is like a complete nutrition package, helping your body maintain strength and defense capacity. When it comes to cancer prevention, this is extremely important. A strong body with enough building blocks for regeneration is less likely to suffer damage and harder for abnormal cells to multiply. Beyond that, quinoa is rich in quercetin and camphorol, plant compounds that many studies have shown can inhibit cancer cell growth in lab conditions. You can imagine them as patrolling guards inside the body, cleaning up free radicals and lowering chronic inflammation, the ideal environment for tumors to form. Another advantage of quinoa lies in its low glycemic index. This means it releases energy slowly, avoiding insulin spikes that are closely linked to many cancers. While white rice, bread, and sweets often cause blood sugar to surge and crash quickly, quinoa provides stability, helping the body maintain long-term balance. To fully unlock the value of this seed, there is one small but important step. Rinse it thoroughly before cooking. The outer layer of quinoa contains saponins, compounds that give a bitter taste and may interfere with nutrient absorption. Once rinsed, you can cook it just like rice, or get more creative. Make quinoa porridge for breakfast, mix it into salads, prepare vegetarian dishes, or even turn it into desserts like pudding. A half to 1 cup of cooked quinoa a day is enough to supply your body with nutrients. Tasty, while also adding another layer of armor against disease. Quinoa teaches us a simple lesson. Being full does not always mean eating right. And next, we'll move to a spice so common it exists in almost every kitchen. But hidden inside is a powerful natural antibiotic with the ability to cut off cancer cells' lifeline. And that is garlic. If turmeric is likened to gold, garlic is the white pearl of folk medicine. Across cultures, from Asia to Europe, garlic has been used for thousands of years to fight illness. From Roman soldiers chewing a few cloves before battle to boost stamina, to Vietnamese mothers crushing garlic with honey for their children when they caught a cold, garlic has always been present as a simple yet powerful savior. The secret behind garlic's remarkable power is allicin, a compound that only appears when a clove is crushed, chopped, or chewed raw. Allicin is like a silent warrior. Once activated, it immediately joins the battle against oxidation and inflammation, two allies of cancer. Studies show that allicin can prevent cancer cells from multiplying and even stimulate the body to destroy them on its own. Not only allicin, garlic also contains vitamin C, B6, along with selenium and manganese, all of which strengthen the immune system, helping the body detect and eliminate abnormal cells before they become a real threat. One important fact few people know: if you chop garlic and immediately throw it into a hot pan, most of the allicin will be destroyed. The best way is to crush it and let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes before cooking. This short resting period works like a ripening stage, allowing allicin to fully form and maximize its benefits. As for dosage, just 1 to 2 fresh cloves a day are enough to make a huge difference. You can eat raw garlic in salads, mix it with olive oil and lemon for dressing, add it to dipping sauces, or roast it with whole grain bread to soften the sharpness while keeping the benefits. For those who can handle the pungency, 1 raw clove with honey can become a simple but powerful medicine. Garlic shows us a lesson. Sometimes, the simplest things in the kitchen are the ones that protect us the best. And after garlic, we turn to a familiar breakfast food, long considered a companion for heart and digestion, and now a silent weapon against cancer: oats. Do you remember the last time you had a truly light, easy to digest, and energy-packed breakfast? In many Western countries, a warm bowl of oatmeal has become a morning staple. But few realize that this seemingly simple grain holds an important secret: its ability to protect the gut and prevent cancer at the root. The most remarkable feature of oats is beta-glucan, a type of soluble fiber that works like a soft broom inside the intestines. It sweeps away residue, toxins, and creates a favorable environment for good bacteria to thrive. When the gut is healthy, the risk of colorectal cancer, one of the most common and dangerous cancers, is significantly reduced. Not only that, beta-glucan also helps regulate blood sugar. Instead of letting glucose flood into the bloodstream too quickly, causing sudden insulin spikes, a factor that can encourage cancer, oats release energy slowly, keeping the body in a steady state without booming and then crashing. This is why oats are often recommended for people at risk of diabetes, heart disease, and especially cancer prevention. Just imagine, With only 30 grams of oats every morning, you're not just fueling your body, but also sending it a message. I'm taking care of you from the inside. That's simple. Oats are also incredibly versatile. You can cook porridge, mix with plant-based milk, blend into smoothies, sprinkle over yogurt, or bake into healthy snacks. To boost anti-cancer effects, pair oats with berries like blueberries or strawberries, or add a touch of chia seeds or flax seeds. This combination is like building a solid wall against free radicals and inflammation. Oats remind us that prevention doesn't always need to be complicated. A small morning habit can completely change gut health and significantly reduce the risk of chronic diseases. And after this familiar grain, we move to a name that may still be strange to many people, but is called the seed of longevity, amaranth, a tiny treasure that hides surprising anti-cancer power. While rice or corn have become household staples worldwide, amaranth, also known as pigweed seed, has quietly stood in the shadows, rarely noticed. Yet in ancient civilizations like the Aztecs and Mayans, amaranth was considered the seed of immortality. People believed eating it would keep the body strong, resilient, and resistant to disease over time. Today, modern science partly explains that belief. Amaranth contains polyphenols, powerful antioxidants capable of neutralizing free radicals, lowering the risk of DNA damage, the trigger for many cancers. In addition, amaranth has a special compound called squalene. Research shows squalene may slow the growth of breast and skin cancers by interfering with abnormal cell division. Beyond its anti-cancer potential, amaranth provides high-quality plant protein, essential for tissue repair, maintaining muscle, and supporting the immune system. It also delivers valuable minerals like iron, magnesium, and calcium, all helping to build a strong body that disease struggles to defeat. The abundant fiber content in amaranth works like janitors for the intestines. They help quickly eliminate waste, prevent toxin buildup in the colon, one of the main reasons behind a higher risk of colon cancer. So, how should it be used? Experts recommend about 40 grams of cooked amaranth per day, roughly half a cup, is enough to reap its benefits. You can cook it with porridge, sprinkle over salads, add to yogurt, or make soups. Some people even enjoy popping amaranth seeds like mini popcorn, crunchy, fragrant, and nutritious. One note, since it's rich in fiber, you should drink enough water throughout the day to keep digestion smooth. Amaranth teaches us that sometimes the greatest strength lies in the smallest seeds. And next, we move to a sweeter, more colorful group of foods that carry powerful anti-cancer properties thanks to natural pigments, the red, juicy fruits. Picture a bowl of fresh strawberries, plump raspberries, or a few cherries bursting with life in front of you. They may seem like nature's sweet gifts, but behind their vibrant red lies a hidden strength: the ability to protect the body against cancer. What gives these fruits their striking red and purple colors is anthocyanin, a plant pigment with strong anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. They act like armor shielding cells, preventing DNA damage and inhibiting cancer cell growth. Beyond anthocyanins, red fruits are loaded with vitamin C, the vitamin your immune system always needs to stay strong. Along with that comes quercetin and ellagic acid, two compounds known for slowing the replication of cancer cells and blocking them from forming blood vessels to feed tumors. Not only do they fight cancer, red fruits are also friends of the gut. Their naturally high fiber content helps the digestive system work smoothly, flush toxins quickly, and significantly reduce the risk of colorectal cancer. When the gut is cleansed, the body feels lighter and healthier from within. The best part is, you don't need a lot to see results. Just one small bowl a day, a handful of strawberries, a few blueberries, or a small serving of cherries is enough to recharge your body. And remember, eating whole fruit is always better than drinking juice. Juice often loses valuable fiber and concentrates natural sugars too much, while eating whole fruit gives you both fiber and nutrients together. You can enjoy red fruits as dessert, add them to your morning oatmeal, mix with yogurt, or blend into a smoothie. However you choose, they're nature's sweet gift that lets you both indulge and protect your health. And the interesting thing is, there's a food that seems much simpler, found in almost every kitchen, yet inside it holds a secret weapon against cancer. No fancy colors, no complexity, just the humble layers of a bulb: the onion. If you ask which food is both familiar and makes many people hesitant to prepare, onions would probably top the list. Just one slice and tears already stream down. But perhaps that's why people often joke onions don't make you cry because they harm you, but because they're helping wash away what's toxic inside your body. Hidden deep within those white, purple, or yellow layers is a powerful compound called quercetin, a flavonoid with very high antioxidant and anti inflammatory abilities. Quercetin works like an underground shield, preventing healthy cells from being attacked while inhibiting the growth of cancer cells, especially in the stomach, colon, and prostate. Many studies also show that eating onions raw is when quercetin retains its full strength. When onions are cooked at high temperatures, much of this valuable compound is lost. That means a few slices of raw onion in a salad, sandwich, or sprinkled over a dish right before serving can bring more benefits than cooking it thoroughly. Onions go even further, being well known for protecting heart health. They help lower LDL, the bad cholesterol, and reduce triglycerides in the blood. When the heart is strong and circulation is stable, the body is less likely to fall into the spiral of diseases, including cancer. You may not like the pungent bite of onions, but remember, sometimes what causes a little short-term discomfort is exactly what brings long-term benefits. And right after onions, such a humble bulb, we come to another group of foods just as modest, but loaded with fiber and protein, capable of sweeping clean the intestines and protecting the body from one of the most common cancers. That food is lentils. If you've ever walked through markets in the Middle East or India, you'd see sacks of colorful lentils, green, red, yellow, displayed everywhere. For the people there, lentils are not just ordinary food, but a source of strength nourishing entire generations. And today, science has confirmed within those tiny seeds lies a major health benefit, especially in cancer prevention. The first strength of lentils is their abundant fiber. Both soluble and insoluble fibers help clean the intestines, promote waste elimination, and nourish a healthy gut microbiome. When the digestive system runs smoothly, the risk of toxin buildup and colorectal cancer decreases significantly. Not only do they protect the gut, lentils also support heart health by lowering bad cholesterol, LDL, in the blood, while keeping energy stable thanks to their low glycemic index. That means eating lentils won't cause blood sugar spikes or the sluggish crash afterward, a key factor in preventing chronic diseases related to cancer, such as diabetes. In particular, 1 cup of cooked lentils contains nearly 18 grams of plant protein, just enough to help the body maintain muscle mass, repair tissues, and strengthen the immune system. This is the natural shield that keeps the body ready to fight off abnormal cells. Lentils are also very easy to prepare. You can make a warm lentil soup for dinner, toss them into a salad for lunch, or stew them with vegetables for a nutrient-rich meal. Just 1 cup of lentils a day is enough to supply the necessary fiber and protein your body needs. Looking at those tiny beans, we see a clear truth. Sometimes the power of disease prevention doesn't lie in something distant, but is present right in the simple foods on our table every day. And up next, we come to another type of bean. Larger, softer, often affectionately called butter beans. But don't let their humble appearance fool you, because lima beans are also a silent ally in protecting the body from cancer. You've likely seen lima beans, flat, ivory white, or pale green beans often found in soups or family stews. They're commonly known as butter beans because of their creamy, buttery taste and soft texture. Yet few know that behind this simple look, lima beans are actually a nutrition powerhouse, especially in preventing cancer and chronic disease. The first highlight is their very high fiber content. Just 1 cup of cooked lima beans provides a significant amount of fiber, helping the intestines function smoothly and eliminating toxins quickly. When waste doesn't build up, the risk of colorectal cancer decreases dramatically. Not only that, lima beans are a steady source of plant protein, helping to keep blood sugar balanced and preventing insulin resistance, a factor linked to many types of cancer, especially breast and pancreatic cancer. That's why lima beans are considered friends for those who want to maintain a healthy weight and protect their long-term health. Another bonus is their iron content. 100 grams of cooked lima beans can provide over 5 milligrams of iron, nearly 1/3 of the daily requirement. This helps prevent anemia, maintain energy, and support endurance, which is particularly important for older adults who often feel fatigued or weak. Lima beans also contain many anti-inflammatory compounds, quietly soothing the small fires in the body, the hidden cause behind many chronic diseases, including cancer. Cooking lima beans isn't complicated, but there's one important note. Soak them overnight and cook thoroughly. This step helps remove compounds that cause indigestion and makes nutrients easier to absorb. You can stew lima beans with carrots and potatoes for a family meal, mix them into a salad for lunch, or mash them into a protein-rich dip. Just 1 cup of lima beans a day adds another layer of protection for your digestive system and your whole body. And after going through so many seeds, roots, and fruits, we now close the list with a familiar, inexpensive fruit that hides a secret most people would find surprising. That fruit is the lemon. Not just a flavoring for food, but a silent gatekeeper helping the body fight cancer. In most households, lemons sit quietly in a small corner of the kitchen, waiting to be squeezed into a bowl of soup or a hot dish. But few realize that this seemingly ordinary fruit is actually a hidden guardian of health, especially in the battle against cancer. One average lemon contains 50 to 70 milligrams of vitamin C, more than half of the daily requirement. Vitamin C doesn't just strengthen immunity, it also acts as an antioxidant shield, protecting cells from free radicals, the silent culprits behind DNA mutations and tumor formation. But lemon isn't only about vitamin C. It's also rich in flavonoids like hesperidin and eriocitrin. These compounds act like a detox army, easing inflammation and reducing the acidic environment inside the body, a condition cancer cells often thrive in. Though lemon tastes sour, once inside the body, it creates a mild alkaline effect, helping maintain an environment less favorable for cancer growth. A small but powerful habit is drinking a glass of warm water with a few slices of lemon in the morning. This practice helps cleanse the digestive system, awaken the liver, flush out toxins accumulated overnight, and prepare the body to absorb nutrients better throughout the day. Simple, easy, but with lasting impact. And here's a little-known secret. Lemon peel contains even more flavonoids than the juice itself. Just grate a little peel over a salad, add it to tea, or use it in baking, and you'll be tapping into an often wasted anti-cancer treasure. Lemons remind us of a simple truth. Sometimes strength doesn't lie in luxury, but in the small, everyday things within reach, if we know how to value and use them. So we've reached the end of our journey, exploring 10 familiar foods packed with cancer-fighting power. And now, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture to see why small choices in the kitchen can completely change the future of our health. We've gone through 10 foods together. From golden turmeric, nutrient-rich quinoa, tiny garlic cloves, a warm bowl of oats, ancient amaranth seeds, to bright red fruits, pungent onions, lentils, lima beans, and finally, the humble lemon. They all prove one thing very clearly. The body can defend itself if nourished the right way. What matters isn't just knowing the names of these foods, but how you make them part of your daily meals. A little turmeric with black pepper in your stew, half a cup of quinoa or lentils in a salad, a few slices of raw onion on your veggies, a glass of warm lemon water in the morning. These seemingly small details, when repeated daily, combine into a strong shield that helps the body fight cancer and many other chronic diseases. Remember, cancer doesn't form in a single day. It builds up little by little through our eating habits and lifestyle. But with daily persistence, you can completely shift the outcome, taking back control of your health and longevity. If you've stayed with me until this moment, I know you truly care about a healthy, fulfilling old age. And every small action you take from today, a healthier meal, a smarter choice, will be a firm step on that path. So, among these 10 foods, which one will you start with first? Leave a comment sharing your age, where you're from, and which food you'll choose to add to your meals starting tomorrow. Who knows? Your story could become inspiration for thousands of others. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so we can continue this journey together toward a healthier, happier later life. And share this video with your friends and loved ones, because just one right meal today could save your family's health tomorrow. In the next video, I'll reveal 5 habits that seem harmless but silently feed cancer cells every day. Believe me, you'll be surprised to find you might already be doing some of them. Don't miss it, because just one small change could help you avoid a great danger. Always remember, health never waits for anyone. Every day you delay, cancer takes another step forward. But every day you choose right, you give yourself another chance to live longer, healthier, and freer.